Here's a really great way of thinking about starting an affiliate marketing oriented business. And I'm actually borrowing this from something that I just heard a moment ago on a podcast with a guy named Dr. David Grew. I just almost tripped over some dumbbells that I left on my floor, which would have made for quite an interesting podcast, or recording. But nonetheless, so I'm listening to this, kind of offhandedly listening to this interview with this guy, and they're talking about books, and books is really kind of the focus of our new Tiny Book brand. And so I'm just kind of in a ham-handed way, just paying a little bit of attention to this. And something occurred to me in their conversation, the Gumroad host, who I don't know what his name is, and this Dr. David Grew, who, again, I don't know, but they were talking about a guy who has read apparently 50 books in a year. Let's say it was 2016 or something like that. And the following year, he read a fraction of those books. He read 11, I think, according to the folks on this podcast. But he took really extensive notes on each book that he had written. And it turns out, from at least this story, that those extensive notes on those 11 books brought him millions and millions of readers and new subscribers and a whole sort of cohort and community and, a big business that was built out of essentially this guy having taken extensive notes on the books that he was reading and then publishing them in public. And essentially, the kind of core takeaway from this whole conversation was this person who I guess is some sort of celebrity in the entrepreneurial space now, said that the most impactful time that he has spent in the last X amount of years as a professional was actually taking those notes on those books that, again, he read a fraction of the books that he had read the previous year, but because he took notes and detailed notes and then shared them publicly, it completely transformed his life. Now he runs a large community with, it sounds like many thousands or tens of thousands of students, et cetera, et cetera. And I was thinking about that. So the one other piece of this is that, so this individual has said that he does not do anything. He does not consume any content now that he does not actually intend on using as for notes or publishing something publicly in terms of sharing his experience with that book or that content. And it reminds me that this is sort of the same approach that I use with affiliate marketing that I've spoken about quite a bit in some of these other videos, that if you go back over a couple of years, you'll hear me say that every single tool that we use, whether it's Circle for communities, Podia for LMS, Shopify, Share Tribe, ConvertKit, it doesn't matter what the tool is. I will find out if they have an affiliate program before I even sign up for the service. I really sign up for almost nothing unless there is the opportunity to be able to ethically review it in a real-time way, share my experience with the tool. If I don't see an affiliate program, I will reach out to the owner of the platform completely cold and we'll say, do you have an affiliate program? Here's a example of my YouTube channel. Here's our course community with thousands of members. I would like to actually, sort of in an extemporaneous way, detailed document and deep dive into your software as I use it to build our brand and our business. I won't actually use a piece of software. That's not true. I probably would if I really, really liked it, but I would be a pain in the rear end for any platform that I'm using that doesn't have an affiliate program. I've reached out to, we started using Tela.tv for video recording rather than Loom, which is what we used to use for our own little private communication. Now I use Tela. First thing I did was I reached out to the guy, I don't know him, and said, do you have an affiliate program? We started testing Heartbeat.chat for a Circle alternative. We're still using Circle primarily, but Heartbeat is a great platform. I sent the owner, the founder of that platform, an email saying, do you have an affiliate program? And I will detail and document my experience with your platform, good or bad, for the world, for our community. And of course, he created an affiliate program. I've done this pretty much with hosting. We use Midnight for our ghost hosting. I sent a email to TK, the guy who owns or founded that particular hosting platform, and said, do you have an affiliate program? And invariably, people will come up with a solution for you, even if they don't have one in place. Card, the platform, just yesterday, I'm recording this on the 19th, I believe, of February. Just yesterday, I had a email communication with AJ, the founder of Card, over their affiliate program. So, there's something really to be said about the idea of taking things that you enjoy and with a very intentional and strategic mindset where you tell yourself, yes, I'm going to use this piece of software or this tool or this piece of technology in a strategic and kind of elevated way for our own needs, but I'm also going to detail and document my experience with it in the service of helping other people, sharing what I'm learning, and also being compensated for the time and attention and energy that I'm investing into using this tool or this piece of tech. So I really think there's a clear correlation between the two concepts. Reading books just for the purpose of reading books or your own sort of self-edification or enlightenment or whatever it may be, but reading books through the prism and perspective of a teacher, of someone who shares experiences, somebody who shares knowledge and inspiration, and being willing to offer that back up in the service of helping other people, glean insights or epiphanies or aha moments that they might not get on their own. So I really appreciate that whole idea. I don't think everything in life has to be transactional, but when it comes to time and attention and that sort of thing, I really do think there's a real lesson in that sort of approach, and clearly it's worked for this particular guy. I think his name, actually, as I'm looking at my notes here, is Tiago Forte, maybe, and I think he built a company called A Second Brain. That seems to be the person they were talking to or talking about on this podcast, and you can actually listen to this interview on the Gumroad podcast with Dr. David Grew. This was actually the conversation that spurred me to record this audio right now. So again, with some degree of intentionality, and I've covered this. If you look at my affiliate marketing videos in our community, you can see the spirit of this idea, hopefully coming forth in pretty much everything I record. But, the idea of being intentional and, creating content around the tools and the tech and the software and the services that you're already going to use, that as you're learning them, just grab a screen recorder and capture your experience. And you will be amazed at how you will never pay for another tool again. I mean, every single piece of software that we use, I probably shouldn't say every, but every serious piece of software that we use as a central piece of all the sites and the experiments and the things that we're working on as a small team, all of them I get for free simply because I've recorded detailed kind of notes when I'm doing them. Yesterday, on the 18th of February, you'll see I recorded a video on Circle's new kind of live stream introduction, as well as some other content that I posted on YouTube about the same thing with another strategy for using, Circle as an online educator. Those are all things that I'll do because I want to help people and I want to share, the experiences that I think or the insights that I have in the service of helping strangers or giving people in the world ideas that will elevate them and move their lives forward. But selfishly, I'm also doing it because Circle pays me an affiliate commission when people click on a tracking link and go to Circle with my affiliate ID. And when that happens, it allows me to be able to continue to use these sorts of tools and tech and software and services for free, which is nice. So, Podia, another example, I've paid Podia as a client, as a customer every month for probably 5 years. But they pay me more by a factor of many than I pay them. So I'm a customer, but I'm also an affiliate. So roughly the same time as my bill comes due every month, that is automatically paid. A day or two before that, they're paying me an affiliate commission for all of the referrals that I've made over the lifetime of, my experience of being an affiliate for Podia. Anyway, I hope that gives you just a little bit of a mindset sort of tweak, or kind of gives you an idea as to how you can start using a platform like Shopify. And then rather than kind of learning the whole thing in the dark, learn it in the light and share it with others so that even as you're just figuring stuff out, people can see your experience. You can do that with WordPress hosting. You can sign up for a, new WordPress account. And if you're paying for WordPress hosting, some of the best commissions come from some of these, WordPress hosting platforms that will pay you a few $100s for every person that you refer. I saw Shopify in our own Shopify account today has a $500 commission if you refer brick and mortar stores to Shopify as an affiliate. There are tons and tons of creative, cool, and ethical ways. You don't have to be like a shitty human being like so many of these online gurus and sort of marketers and shady salespeople are to really do good for yourself while doing well by others. Okie doke. Teach what you know, do what you love, wake up the world with your work. Thank you so much, as always, for listening. And if I can help you in any way, feel free to reach out to me on Twitter @IanHollander or by email, mindfulmarketplace@gmail.com. Thanks so much and have a wonderful day.